So, I mean, and I think we're going to be living with that binary for some time, and it may, as you said, especially as we talk about Afghan refugees coming to America, that's going to be another conversation that
Mhm.
where these binaries will emerge. But talking a bit about representation, you mentioned the fact that, I mean, certainly in the past decade, I guess there's been this pretty impressive emergence of a crop of Muslim American um, stars, including you and Hassan Minaj, Aziz Ansari, Remy Youssef, and the list goes on. Um, and what I find interesting is that it's often in comedy. Is there something
Mhm.
about the comedic genre that has provided an important space or an accessible space for Muslim Americans or for the kind of stories that you want to tell?
Well, I think so. I think that comedy is an access point. Comedy allows people to deal with uncomfortable conversations, uncomfortable truths, things that and through satire and comedy, you can talk about these things. And so it makes sense to me that a lot of the sort of post 9/11 Muslim artists that have come to the forefront have come through comedy, because I think it is really a way to and also and when you're laughing with someone, you can't hate them. I mean, you recognize some universal sort of truth about them or about yourself, and there's kind of um, simpatico that happens in comedy, that doesn't happen in drama or in other genres, in music or whatever. Like it's sort of this feeling of like, oh, I relate to this person and their struggles, frustrations, or just their story. And so suddenly it is a way in which you can heal some of that, if that's even a real possibility. You can sort of bridge those divides a little bit with comedy. So it makes sense to me that a lot of this has been led, sort of the Muslim revolution, say that not to scare white people, but you know, has been led by comedians. It makes sense.